Hi, in the previous video I've talked about the Ankabut Spider Surah and homosexuality, and we see that in this surah uh, it was mentioned in the story of Lot, and also other surahs it was mentioned. But interestingly, in the previous video, so it's important to say that they're not only homosexual people; they are also doing other things. So they're not they were not just only uh, punished for this, and they were trying to kick Lot from out of the country. And also we see that in this surah social things were emphasized, like and social things and training of parents. We see that we enjoyed to human being to honor his parents, but if they try to force you to set up idols beside me, do not obey them. So we see this. And also another part, social pressure. He said you worship beside God powerless idols due to peer pressure, just to preserve some friendship among you in this worldly life. But then on the day of resurrection you will disown one another and curse one another. Your destiny is hell, wherein you cannot help another. So, interestingly, okay, so in the same surah, we see that there is an allegory of spiders. Those who accept other masters beside God is that of the spider and her home. So here we see that it's sort of like also so family and the raising. So family and raising indeed have something to do with homosexuality, and so studies show that. And also, but they're not directly. So in the I cannot just say that God is claims that, because I don't know that the link is not clear. But so this allegory can be also differently interpreted. The allegory of those who accept other masters besides God is that spider and her home. The flimsiest of all homes is the home of the spider, if they only knew. So they interpret this verse as because their home is really the flimsiest, and it can suddenly um, fall apart. Okay, this is one thing, and the most important interpretation of it, because it's directly telling this. It doesn't say other things. But interestingly, homosexual behavior is also common in spiders. Engage in homosexual behavior like courting, mounting, and trying to mate with members of the same sex. It's unclear what role of evolution plays in this situation. It takes time and energy and can be dangerous, and it lacks the potential payoff of procreation. So, and I found that homosexual behavior in bugs is probably accidental in most cases. In the rush to produce offspring, bugs do not take much time to inspect their mate's gender, potentially leading to same-sex mating. The study, a comprehensive review of the research on insects and spiders, was published in Behavior Ecology and Sociobiology. Insects and spiders mate quick and dirty, Dr. Scharf observes. The cost of taking time to identify the gender of mates or the cost of hesitation appears to be greater than the cost of making some mistakes. So here, I'm not saying that this is directly related to this, but considering it, so God said that spider cannot have such home and family values as sort of like also they are doing something like this. So, but it is my interpretation indeed, and God knows better. And my interpretation comes from the logic of the verses in the same surah, and may be strongly linked, and we can search the links and patterns in the same surah, and also between the surahs if they're referring to the same thing. It's about the Quran, and it's how it mentions things generally. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, and hope to see you in the next video.